Okay, so recently I started working on this project that you're going to see now on the stream. And pretty much what it is just a website meant for physics problem solving. Because I don't know about you, but when I was trying to learn physics, and even now when I'm like refreshing my memory and trying to learn it all over again, I always wish there was like some sort of website where I could just work on problems. Sort of like Khan Academy, but like Khan Academy doesn't like offer that much advanced physics, I don't think, at least the last time I checked. And it's not as like much of an experience as I wish it could be. Sort of like if you have tried learning a language and you go through Duolingo, what I like about that is that it's very simple, very easy to use, and it sort of takes you along this learning journey. Like you can start from nothing and it slowly ramps you up and up and up. And the interface looks completely good. It looks amazing in my opinion. It's very well built. It looks really nice. The haptic feedback is amazing, and it's just extremely simple to use. So I'm going to show you what I've been working on to try and solve this problem for myself and just make something that I like and that I'm proud of. So here we are on the screen here. This is like, I'm on my local host right now. This is just the website. It's a prototype. It's what I've just been thinking about building. Of course, you got a little home landing page here because any sort of product or service needs a home landing page. This right now is sort of just what's it called? These are just filler words. I mean, they do make sense and stuff, but I'm not too focused on what it's actually saying right now. What I really care about is just the way it looks. Looks good. It's got a color scheme that I like. And then, of course, just the way it actually works. So, the way it's going to work is you can either try a problem or you can just get started. And one thing that I really wanted to focus on was providing a journey, like a really good user experience. And so what I was thinking is you get started and you get sort of like a diagnostic exam. It asks you a couple of questions. You answer the questions and then you get placed along where we think you might benefit most from starting. So for example, like if you're a complete beginner to like, and this is intended for like university level mainly, like it is intended for you to get by the end of it to be able to learn modern physics like quantum mechanics, any sort of high level Asher you wanted to do to get you to that level. And so let me just walk you through what that looks like. We're going to start, of course, sign up. I'm just going to use a temporary email address because it's just work in progress so far. Whoops. Did that twice. Okay, there we go. Just a random password. Let's see. Let me make this. Okay, so this is what an onboarding thing, this is what I'm thinking of doing, what it's going to look like. You know, where are you in physics? It can be completely new, intermediate university, or you're already at that quantum level. I'm just going to go ahead and click completely new. Again, I really just wanted to focus on it looking nice. Like I like the interactivity. When you click a button, it actually does something. Because that's, to me, that's really important. Like if I'm learning something, I want to feel good about it while I'm learning it. So question 2, what feels hardest? This is mainly going to be like common things that people struggle with, I think. Common one is knowing which principle applies. You know, how do you get started with energy, momentum? Do you get started with energy or do you just go straight to like forces, things like that? How do you solve it? The Newtonian way or the Lagrangian way or the Hamiltonian way? Question 3, what level of difficulty do you want? Do you want absolutely no help? Push me hard, or do you want to be guided? I'm just going to click medium. So, and it gives you a starting path. Since I clicked the completely new option, it placed me at Newtonian foundations. That kind of makes sense. I don't know if it would be useful to like start off in like mathematics. I do want to start off with forces. Like level 0 is definitely going to be like vectors. That is for sure going to be there. I just don't know if I want this website to include mathematical foundations, because I do think like you're going to need some calculus. I do want to make this like an actual, like if you're a physics major at an actual like competitive university, you should be able to follow along with this and do extremely well in your courses. Like it should be gearing you up for that. So like calculus is definitely going to be a must. It's not going to be like an algebra based physics course. Okay, so here On your dashboard, solve your first problem, your mission, what physics exists, what is a scale measure, what does acceleration change, and just a little intro to your first problem. I'm not too sure if this is exactly how I want it to look moving forward, but I do know I definitely want this like your starting path section to exist and then to just give you one button and then just get started. So let's click it. Solve your first problem. Again, I wanted it to be extremely simple. Just presents a problem, a question, and then answer choices. Simple, right? Of course, like eventually, like this is a conceptual. It's more of a conceptual thing. Like it doesn't ask you, I mean, the options here, the answer options aren't like F equals M plus A GG. It's like they're not actually equations. This one is just a conceptual problem. I am, however, wanting to work towards like, because in the more advanced problems, you're going to spend like hours solving one problem and you're going to get a long equation. And I want this website to be able to account for that. I don't know how exactly yet, but it's a work in progress. Okay, so let's do this real quick. A student stands on a bathroom scale inside an elevator, accelerating upward. What does the scale read compared to the student's normal weight? Of course, I already know the answer for this. I know it is not less than the student's normal weight, so let's just see what happens when you get it wrong, right? Check answer. Gives you a little correction. Try thinking conceptually. And it gives you a little hint. Now I'm going to get it wrong one more time. Actually, I'm going to get it right. Again, it gives you, I really like this. Like maybe this white font isn't exactly what I'll do in the meeting, but I like how it gave you a really good sort of like, you got it right. Boom. It looks beautiful, right? Next problem. Bum, bum, bum. Again, similar. Let's just keep going. Another problem. I think I will eventually like change this a little bit because I don't like the fact that I have to scroll to get to the answer choices. So I think I'll maybe use more of like the horizontal pages, like these left and right sides, and then put the answer choices like right here. Like I don't want to scroll, right? Again, I want to make this as easy as possible. Why am I scrolling? I think that's the answer. Okay, so you see here, problems 4 to 4. We finished 4 to 4. Let's just see what happens next. Finish path. Okay. You finished your first path. Accuracy 133%. Obviously, that's wrong because I got it wrong once. So, need to work on that. Continue training. Solved 8 out of 4 problems. Obviously, that's wrong because I only solved 4. But let's see. Continue the same path. Review or continue training. Review. Interesting. Took me back there. And if I click this button, it just takes us to a dashboard. And honestly, that's all I've really done for now. Let's see. I want to see what happens when I click the other button. I actually don't know. Let's see. I know that's the answer. Continue training. Okay. Just takes you there. And so yeah, that's the concept, the working concept right now. And I guess I'm just putting this video out there to see if there's any interest or what you guys might want to see. If you want to see a website, like, because I know I do, and I'll probably build it even if no one else wants to do it, just because I want it. Like it's a big difference from opening up like like when I study physics, I open up a PDF file on my laptop and I look at problems and I just solve those problems. There's a very big difference between doing that and then having your own like curated website or app in which you follow along your journey there. Like one just makes you feel so much better about how you're learning. So yeah, I'm just wondering, like, are there any ideas you guys might have? You know, am I the only one who wishes something like this existed, or do you also feel the same way? / what exactly do you think might be something you want to see? And yeah, that's it. I guess if it interests you, just let me know down below, and I'll let you know how the progress ends, how the progress keeps doing.